Okay, how we doing? Hopefully the audio's all good this time. Okay, so let me read up on what you guys have been saying. Crazy amounts of emojis. What are you all watching today? So today, looking like NQ wants a little bit higher from what I can see in this price action. Stuck within this range. I mean, new monthly candle just opened up. Wouldn't be the worst of ideas to have a little spike to the upside into this gap. I think we should run higher at the open. Watching from Paris. Nice, welcome. Yeah, looking at today, me, I'm always bearish on indices, so past few days have been really nice in terms of the model though, or my approach. I'm looking for the low of the range, and then the high, high to the low, low to the high. So like pretty much 2 days in a row, you had 4 out of 4 setups deliver, or 3 out of 4 setups, should I say. Watching on both X and YouTube. Yeah, you're really locked in today, bro. You are locked in for the stream. Hey, bro, how are you? Just taking a look at all these markets. This is my only time I do analyze the markets. I only hop on the charts around 9:15. I don't really analyze it too much. All I need is just my time-based window and the first 30 minutes. So if you do spend all day in front of the charts and you trade New York, there's really no point in doing that. You're just wasting so much mental capital. But gold, we can actually analyze gold nowadays. It's actually not the worst market to trade. Today it did offer a long with my model. Closure above this. This is the buy just to get a run at this high. Oh, it was 2 a.m. 2 a.m. right here. Gets the low and then the high. So pretty nice. Today on gold though, I'd be watching for a bit more downside. I think these lows look good. Take the lows, then push higher. I didn't see silver. Silver might just take out these highs. They're way too equal. Lol, I bought gold. Draw. To be honest, I do want to see gold push a bit lower. Like, just take out these lows, then it might deliver the upside. If the gold's gonna push from the higher time frame basis, it's gonna have to be from this gap. Or way too strong. It's already at 4,000. I had targets at 3,600 already traded into them. Well, looking at NQ, easy run. I want the run at this high. Should be the easiest of targets. Hey, I got my first Blue Guardian Futures 25. Nice. Yeah, the 25 and 50K is usually the best ones to go for, in my opinion. I like 50Ks the most. My bias for today, depending on the way this runs, if it pushes higher, I want to see a run at this high for it to drop lower. So something like this. That would be my bias. All really just depends on these ranges and how this market trades. But yeah, let me know what you guys are watching for today. We can also analyze a few more markets. I didn't check forex though. I can't remember my bias on the XY, but I've been pretty bearish. I wanted to see the run higher. Don't know. Just missed it. I was looking for DXY to push into this high. Once we get the high, good enough for me to drop down lower. Available in Monaco. Honestly, you're gonna have to ask my mod. He's the expert on that. Should be available though. Euro. Let's take a look. Euro. Honestly, I would have liked to drop lower, take out all of these lows, and then push higher. But these highs look good as a target. I'm still pretty bearish on DXY, but I wanted another run to the upside for it to drop lower. Really, my only kind of plays on that. But NQ, let's see. Hopefully, we get this push higher to go lower. That's all I would kind of aim for heading into today. What did we open today, actually? The first right here. Yeah, as soon as we got this open, this market just straight up crashed. Made sense coming back to this daily candle. We'll see. From the daily open, though, they've all been in sync, which is good to see. So two real scenarios for me. Ideal one is NQ pushes higher, takes this high, and then starts to drop off. If you drop lower first, wouldn't mind the upside move as well, but downside, more of my thing for today. Where do I mark out? I was just marking out my range, this high and the low. So from 812 to 912, looking for the run at the high to target the low. Hi, how we doing? How many people we got? I think we got like 50 people. We'll wait into the open, we'll get some more in here, start going over a few more things. The Fed's shutting down. I didn't know about that. But I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty bearish on DXY for the upcoming months. Like if I look at this, I want to see this market push lower. Like if it gets back down to like 89, foreign currencies are going to be way too high, but they're going to have to try and recover this market. But easiest targets for me is like 94. It's right there. That's where I see DXY. Like GBP, Euro, these foreign currencies are way too strong right now. Guys, today's target is 2.5k subs completed. Yeah, share this stream with every one of your family members. Like, just share it with everyone in your house. Your mom, your dad, your cousins, your grandma, your granddad. Just share it with everyone. We'll teach everyone in your household how to trade. They will all be trading the NQ. Could I go over how I would have approached NQ today? Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't even traded this today. this huge expansion usually just leads to a consolidation. So like large ranges leads to small ranges. So this small range, I would ideally want it to ignore this. Like in this kind of scenarios, I can make money, I can lose money. It's like 50-50. So I wouldn't even have tried to approach this. But the other day, where was it? This one, not the worst of ideas. Closure below this candle. I go into the M1. Where is it? This one. This is where I would have taken this short to the lows. Oh, Andrew, welcome. Bro, do you guys want to see something crazy? One of my one-on-one guys just DM me. I mean, I'm kind of happy for him. He just got his first payout. That's crazy. Everyone just spam W mark. I want to send him a screenshot. Put W mark. It's low-key crazy. My view on NQ. Uh, I want to see it push higher to go lower. W mark. Nice. I will send him that. I'm a bit late. Good to have you again. Good to have you here as well. No, I do like these streams. They're pretty fun. I hope you guys are able to catch some good trades with me as well. I will start executing some trades with you as well. I kind of wanted to see NQ shorts today. Everyone has longed gold. Ah, damn. I kind of want a gold to go lower, to be honest. Like these lows, I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news. The market is making higher highs, higher lows right now. Right now, there's nothing for you to trade. Don't trade this. Just wait for 9:30. NQ long or short. Uh, Here, don't do anything. Just wait till the open. Just- There's nothing here that entices me or should entice you to just press a button. Ideal scenarios are always going to be trying to do this, takes the high or the low. Where can I share my payouts? If you got a payout, let's go. Already had a payout with me. Damn, Charles, you're killing it, bro. Well done. I want gold to drop lower. Damn, that's crazy. Let me know on Discord. Just put it inside of my chat room. Chilling after I breached an account. Damn, bro. What happened? What did you trade? This is a safe. This is a safe area you can open up with as well. My bias on gold. These lows. Want to see these lows get taken. And then on NQ, just to run higher to go lower. Yo, Lillian. Me and Lillian played zombies yesterday. He's absolutely awful. If any of you ever get in a situation, if Lillian asks you to play zombies, never play with him. I had the ray gun Mark II and everything, and he somehow ruined it for us. Do I not trade gold if there is? I mean, you could trade gold. Just trade it with my approach, right? 812 to 912, and just look for one side of the range to get taken. But I mean, I wouldn't try and do anything else. Always wait for 930 on gold as well. Just treat it the same way as you do for NQ. Which zombies? I can't remember what we played. It was some map he picked. I don't know how we lost. We lost in round 10. We had like Raygun Mark II and everything. Are you looking to ideally I want to short NQ. Like this is basically my philosophy on the market. If it trades higher, I'm just looking to short it. And I'll short it 2 times over. Like if I short here and I take a stop loss, then that's fine. If it gives me another short opportunity, I'll short it again. And then if I take both losses, then I'm just wrong, right? I'm just wrong in the day. So I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to chase the market if it wants to go higher. Like it can go higher. But it looks bullish. It does. But I would always trust my model over how I feel, what I think the market's going to do. Like if it trades below this low, then I'm happy with buying it. Then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, upside's nice. But if it trades above this high, then all I can do is just short it. But I'm 90% sure Dow Jones is going to push up higher and then blast through this low. 90% sure. Which two do you trade the most? The main ones I'm trading is just NQ. I'm a Nasdaq enjoyer. What can I say? Ideally, this market, I want to see it stay below this 4 hour candle in like 40 minutes if it stays below like this gap. But right off the open, we should pop up and blast through these highs. That's one thing that I can say. Like this high at 24,806 should get ran right off the open. I love the way you trade. Nice. I love the way you trade, bro. You trade NQ the most. There was a time where ES was a really good market. Like I could trade this back in 2022. That was such a good market. Now it's near enough untradeable. I look calm and collected. Yeah, this is the point you eventually get to after trading NQ for so long. Nothing really phases you after trading this market. Why is it not tradable? I mean, just look at the 1 minute time frame. Near enough every day is a barcode. For me personally, I'd stick to NQ, but I don't know. Some people might like it. When I'm trading, I feel like I'm on fire. It's not the worst way to be. You could feel like you're cold, so it's better. What would you rather be, on fire or frozen? I would rather be frozen. Could always be worse. Like your worst situation is someone else's dream situation. How I think of it. See how the stock market's picking up, waiting for Apple to take out these final highs. 260s. Tesla's pumping. I mean, 500 still on the cards for me in this market. Will I call your system scalping and day trading? Um, I don't know. It depends on the approach you take, because if you wanted to go with my model, wanted to trade it, you can just make good money scalping 50 points. So, like here, this is 50 points. 50 points right there. Like you don't realistically need more than that. So that's where I would consider it scalping. Anything more, if you want that, then mainly just day trading or intraday trading. But ideally, I want to be in and out of this market within the first 30 minutes of market open. So yeah, it could be considered. When I was over leveraging, I never used to queue. The key word in that sentence, when I was, so you're not doing it anymore. Over leveraging isn't actually bad though. Like I know a lot of people say it's bad. It's only bad if you don't know what you're doing, or if you don't have like a certain buffer within the market, right? Like if you want to over leverage or leverage more, you need to have some kind of buffer above your account. That gives you like moving room. So if normally you risk $500, but your account's at a decent standpoint, so you can risk 1K, you're managing the risk and leveraging more. So, but if your account's in drawdown, you're over leveraging, then you're kind of done for. When trading Nasdaq, what is the time frame? I mainly focus on the M5 on NQ. Leaning bearish or bullish. I would have to see where it goes, but I ideally want to see it take out this high and then drop lower. That's all I'd want from this market today. Anytime I day trade, you got to focus on what you're doing, right? Like every day you approach the market, you need to have a system or some kind of logical approach to, if the market does this, then that's when you're going to do that. If the market doesn't do that, then you don't do this. So like day trading is a lot different to investing, because you're trading against some of the smartest minds all over the world. So you need to be really switched on. Like every decision that you make matters a lot. Like it's basically the difference between you making money and losing money. And that's where you really need to have a system in place on top of that. So like yesterday, do you sell here, or do you sell down here? And like get stopped down or retracement? Like that's the decision that you have to make. So one is where you can make money, the other is where you can lose money. And or do you just step away? It's like really three kind of options you have when it comes to that. But when you have like a system in place, it makes everything a lot more easier. What's your average risk to reward? Mainly aiming for 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s. Kind of my ideals situation. Give us more hint about NQ. Uh, my hint is that I want to see it do this, but I'll have to see what the open brings. And I'm pretty sure we should have a large gap to the upside. A quick one, do you prefer? I prefer like 1 to 3s, to be honest. That's my sweet spot for a risk to reward. What indicator do I use? I got this one custom made, but yeah. You can use one. My friend TFO, he has a free one that you guys can use. You just type in TFO pivots or something. During fast market moves, uh, I mean, like you can't really do much when the market moves. It just comes back to decision making, right? Like, do you want to short here ahead of the open and look for this low to get run out? Like, that's a decision that you have to make. But if you do make that decision, then you have to risk less, right? If you run a potential of it taking your stop, then dropping lower. 1 to 4. I know I don't always aim for 1 to 4s, but if I get a trade that runs a 1 to 4, I will happily take it. My average is like 1 to 2, 1 to 3. 1 to 4 is like my high end. But if I do take a 1 to 2 trade, I'm risking more. Share the Pine script for the cost. Yeah, the thing is, the Pine script just doesn't like me anymore, bro. It just, it's unshareable. Your lives are always so interesting. Appreciate that, Vincent. Glad you found them interesting. I didn't think they would be this interesting. MMXM is coming on actually for the 22nd of October, so that'll be fun. Should be pretty good. But NQ's dropping right off the open. I mean, I'd be surprised if they leave these lows. What I kind of wanted. Ideal situation for me is just run higher, but I don't think it's going to give. I think it will just shoot lower, then push up. How do I adjust my strategy when the market volatility increases? I just do the same thing. Like nothing really changes. Just the fractal of how I trade. Like this range, low to high. That's basically why I want to kind of trade. Same here. Runs the low, I'll target the high. Right, let's see how this opened. Actually, huge gap to the upside, so it should run lower for me. Take this low and then push higher. Yeah, Dow's blasting off. Taking out this low. So ideal scenarios for me is this run here. That's why I would want to see get taken out. Dow might be the one that delivers it a lot better. But in terms of this goes, this is how my like best setups form when we have a regular trade now with gap. It's like this is a bearish gap. I want to see the market get into there. So we'll see what it does. Looking for this high as a target. CES. Somewhat creating an SMT there. And Dow's bullish. So see if NQ gets the run. How do I manage a losing streak? Risking less, mainly, and just taking smaller trades to boost my confidence back up. Okay, there you go. You can see the range played out very nicely. So you guys can see what I spoke about. If it takes out the low, then I'll look for the high. Tags a low, easy run back to the high. It's my model in a nutshell, and it just played out very nicely. And I believe we got to run back to the regular trading hours as well. Very nice. How fast? Honestly, it depends on the trader. Like when I enter a position or someone else, like for me, this is an aggressive entry. I wouldn't even taken that. But I know the market wanted to go higher. Like maybe when I was earlier trading, I would have taken this, but like nowadays when I trade, I don't look for trades like this. But someone else could have seen this run lower on a lower time frame and looked for the shoot back up, but you can see exactly how it takes out my range low and then tags a high, but really no real entry. Does the gold? I didn't see gold. Or did it push? Oh yeah, gold taking out the low of the range, so it should get buying set up to the upside. Well, if any of you managed to get in those longs with my model, then you did exceptionally well. That was way too quick in its delivery. NQ going up. Yeah. So we had one or two scenarios, right? Takes the high of the range first and then goes lower. Or what we spoke about before, takes the low of the range and then goes higher. So it took the low of this pink box and then targeted the high. It happened in like 1 minute though. I don't know who caught that. $4K. Honestly, yeah, if DXY stays weak, I would not put it past gold getting to 4K. My expectations was only 3,600 and it blasted through that. My strategy is based on what? The open outcry period. So like before the markets were electronic, that's what my trading is based on. I will see if Dow wants to do that. I think Dow's just got enough juice in it for today to take out these lows. NQ might be the one that's the strongest off the open. Dow they could manipulate and continue pushing. Bro, one of my one-on-one student actually caught that long. Do you guys want to see it? He caught like the bottom of that run. Good trade. Just the way we analyzed, yeah. Just way too quick for us to get in though, but What's one piece of advice in trading that someone told you? Uh, Good question. Well, you got me thinking now. What's one piece of advice I wish someone told me? To be honest, spending more time in front of the charts, studying more things, is probably going to hinder your growth rather than help it or help you become better. Like if you focus on the right things, that's obviously going to cut your learning curve in half. But you need to find something that does resonate with you. So basically finding something that actually resonated with my personality of how I like to trade. Hope the news saves me from drawdown on gold. Let's see what's gold in. I think silver. Silver already gave the run up above the high. What a shame. That's why I don't like to touch. Yeah, I think Dow's got to run back below this low in it. Well, that was so vol. Yeah, I gotta agree. But this got like the right of the bottom. Like I'll show you guys his entry. I don't even think he might be in the stream. He got like right at the bottom of it. Crazy work. Someone told me don't try to predict the market. Mm, that's good advice, but I like to predict the market. I don't like to react. I don't like the market to catch me cold foot. Like this is rewind the stream. I had two scenarios. Takes the high and then the low, or takes the low and then the high. So none of this was like kind of random to me what this price move did. I kind of envisioned it in my head and then it kind of played out. The market hits my entry, but my order doesn't get filled. You can't really do much there. But one thing's for sure, never buy the market when it's pushing higher. Don't buy into up close candles. If you're bullish, buy into down close candles. So this was the down close, this was the down close. Buy into that. Look for that run up to the upside. Would you be interested in a run lower on NQ? I would always be interested in a run lower on NQ, but is holding the SMT of the lows? I don't think it's going to give. This gap will become important. So if you did want to see the move to the downside, because we got the upside, right? The move to the downside has to be that closure below this gap. If this market wants to trade higher, it's going to trade into this gap, hold 50%. Nobody should close within. And it should just continue on pushing higher for me. Which platform? They have Project X. I think Trader Rate should come soon. Project X is pretty good though. Buy the dip. No, we should. Missing an entry can be frustrating. Do you have a strategy? Uh, Honestly, I'm at a point in my trading where like I've scaled to a decent point. Even if I miss a trade or if I miss a trading day, it doesn't really affect me too much because I know all it takes is one trade to have like a phenomenal month. Like yesterday, I took one trade across 5 accounts. I made 7K. And I took these shorts on NQ. Like me missing a day or me missing like an opportunity like this really doesn't affect me too much because I know my model's going to deliver. Like if there's 5 days of the week, this model is going to give me 3 trades, you know? So really just finding something that, repeats and just trusting it's going to repeat over a course of time. Trader 8 is better. Yeah, I do like Trader 8 more. I think they do get Trader 8 soon. I think it's this month. All right, this gap's going to be pretty important for me though, heading into this. If it closes below, we should get a push to the downside. That's what I would like. So if nobody's closed within this gap, then we should push on higher. That's what I would be watching. As we drop lower, holds 50% and then pushes higher. Do I have any unusual hobbies? What hobbies do you think I'm into? You let me know what unusual hobbies I could have. What is the most important in trading as a beginner? Taking losses. I think that's the most important thing. What you said will happen on NQ, it did happen, bro. Yeah, that's one thing about my model. It's like very consistent. I know how it should form, what I should look for. Reading, singing. To be honest, nah. I'm not disencouraging that beginner. They have to take the losses. Like every beginner trader has to understand those losses are a key factor in their trading because that's really what defines you later on. What do you think about today's news? I didn't even know we had news. Honestly, all I focus on is 9:30. Like regardless of the news events, 9:30 for me is always a manipulation. I don't treat it as a distribution. Have you booked profit? I didn't trade NQ today. How is it reading out to you guys what should happen? Did happen? Like this low and the high, just way too quick for me. ICT is live on YouTube. Yeah, I was gonna go live with him. He asked me to go live, but I was like, I'm busy. I'm busy doing a Blue Guardian stream. Missing an entry is more painful than, yeah, true. That's especially if you had a good entry within the market. So you guys can see pushed into that gap we were speaking about. If nobody's closed within, it should continue expanding. So this 5 minute candle has to close above these two wicks with a body. Has to do that. Got to do that. Dow Jones, if Dow pushes lower, it will push NQ higher, but if it's bullish, it has to close back above these up close candles. Bearish, then body closes within this 5 minute gap. That's my thought process on this market right now. Because now, if it closes below the gap, should be able to give that a run a bit lower. So if the market does want to expand, it has to close above this because then it'll show still an expansion. But if it's bearish, it's going to fail to expand. So closure back within this gap below 50% should be enough to push it back lower below these lows. But if it's going to continue on expanding, no body should close it within this gap. It should stay strong right above these up close candles. So that's why it holds a bit of a important to me. But if ES starts to get weak, same with NQ should push it. And then ideal scenarios we had below some of these lows. I wouldn't mind that. Getting hit. So it's pushing. Closure below it should then just flush on lower through these lows. Losses are a good way to get. That's very true. Very true. See what gold did. Still stuck around. It has taken out the low of this range though. So mechanically, gold should push higher for my model. We'll need it to close above this down close with the body. Closes above with the body, then should be a decent amount to push. And then NQ, I want to see it go lower. Bruh, another one of my one-on-one students caught the low of that, bro. What we were talking about. Oh, we got the push below the gap. Want to see this die, to be honest. The ES is pushing. Should just stay heavy, bro. Like take all of these lows. Nice. However, that was way too big. Oh, you caught that? Nice. Should just drop off from here. So as these close below, if it pushes higher, I mean like 50% of this up close candle should support it to the downside, taking out the lows and all of these down here. So this push higher, this candle has to. So we have 4 minutes, right? I want to see this one stay bearish though. I wouldn't want to see it close bullish. And then if ES can stay weak, then yeah. How do you know a high probability held? My best ones are never like this. This is just me reading this market, but my best ones are always, you see the regular trading hours gap. If we have the range, I'm just looking for the market to trade above my range and then target the low. So like what happened today? We had the regular trading hours gap here, takes out the low, and then bullish into the gap. Kind of my ideal scenarios, but for now, I want to see this market push lower, take out these lows, kind of what we spoke about at the start of the stream. Time frame, I'm on the M5. I'm always on the M5 on NQ. Yeah, use my code, use DCR, the best code. I know Lillian's in the stream, so I'll have to show you guys his trade. He caught the top as well. He got it right at like the tick. Damn. Yeah, today was decent. It could have. I think ES has more to go. I think Dow should clear these lows. I don't know. This looks like these lows look way too good to be left on Dow. I think I'll probably just clear them out in a few candles. Pump and a dump. Yeah, somewhat of that. Thanks for the insights. I've really enjoyed the show. At least I caught that one with you. Oh, nice. Good stuff. I think Dow Jones should deliver these lows. Should take him out. This is a straight trend line. I'd be very surprised if they leave that. But overall, pretty decent day again within the markets. But just a chop in its delivery. In trading, more important is psychology and risk management. Uh, in trading, I would say probably journaling, but I wouldn't journal the way that everyone else kind of teaches. Journal just the important things, like why you're entering a trade, when you took the trade, how you took the trade, what was the confluence to the trade, all of that stuff. That's why I would recommend to journal because then you have a backlog of stuff that actually matters that you can find to be helpful. NQ for reversal. NQ just playing around. I'd be surprised on Dow though if they left these lows. They just look way too good to be left. I'm learning from you. Thanks for the live. Oh, you're welcome. Gold almost saving the day, just 2 more points. Nice. Just need to close above this down close. Gold will probably move at like 12. Super slow market. So we've got 3 more minutes or 4 more minutes until 10 a.m. Really not done much. I wanted to see this run lower, but Dow is chilling, ES is chilling. Would want to see if this NQ does within this gap, because all it did was immediately spike below. Would want to see if it trades above 50%, closes above, and then it would just continue shooting higher. But for me, ideally, I would want to see this run lower. If not, then I'm just wrong. You know, we got this move correct. This run to the low to the high. But if it closes below 50%, then should get the move lower. If not, then I'm just wrong. Random. I don't even know how to do the random selector because it doesn't even work. Well, we could do like 3 people that just type the word. Let's see, what word can we think of? All right, like 3 people. I'm not picking the first, but anyone, 3 random people that type the word ES. That's it. I have to wait for it to. Okay, this just broke my chat. Right, I can't even scroll and find anyone right now. All right, so first one is, you guys can see the winners. I'll just take a screenshot of it, but Digital Gamer 2.0. So that's like the first one that came up. The Trading Curse, that's the second winner we have. And then third one is Charles Kinya. So those are the winners for this stream. If you guys are watching NQ, actually Matt's live later today, so you guys can get in and try and win another account from there. But well done to the winners. You can claim your accounts. If you're watching NQ, you want to see it, stay below this gap, stay heavy, push below, take out all of these lows, and just take out all of this liquidity. So I will be back live on Friday. And if you guys do have any questions, leave it in the comments. Enjoy the rest of your day, and just make sure to tune in for Matt's live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So take it easy, everyone, and I'll see you all soon.